Hi, I'm Dr. Audrey Bethke from the Masonic Center for Youth and Families, and today I would like to offer you 10 simple tricks for dealing with uncertainty. As human beings, we want a sense of control over our lives because it gives us the ability to know what's going to happen, and that gives us a sense of security, helps us feel safe, and it calms down our nervous systems. By contrast, when we're dealing with a situation like COVID-19, when there are a lot of what ifs, a lot of worst case scenarios about what tomorrow might bring, that sort of uncertainty really sends our nervous systems into overdrive because we're in fight or flight mode. And when we're in this fight or flight mode, it makes it much harder for us to think and much harder for us to cope. So we can't control COVID-19, but we can, to a certain extent, control how we respond to it. And so today I want to give you some tips or tricks for how to respond to the sense of uncertainty so that you can regain a sense of well-being. So my first tip is be kind to yourself. None of us have dealt with this before. A totally new situation, and so it makes sense that you would be feeling overwhelmed. It would make sense that you don't know what to do, and some days are going to be easier than others, and that's okay. Number two, limit your exposure to the news. It can be very tempting to just want to keep your finger on the pulse of what's happening all the time, but I recommend limiting to just 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes in the evening so you can stay abreast of what's happening, but otherwise unplug and disconnect from the news. Number three is to shift your focus. So instead of thinking about COVID-19, try to shift your focus onto other things that are within your control. So maybe that would be something like meal planning, or maybe there's something around the house that you've been wanting to get to that you can now turn your attention to. So shift your focus to things that are within your control. Number four is to create routine. We all had routine before all of this happened, and while our routines may have changed, having a schedule will give us a sense of predictability and help us feel calmer. So make a plan for the day. Have some external structure in your life. That is going to be helpful. Number five, engage in self-care. Having healthy meals, exercising, and getting adequate sleep is always good for our bodies and our sense of well-being, but it's especially important when we're dealing with something as stressful as COVID-19. So make sure that you're engaging in self-care. Exercise is very helpful, but so is sometimes some breathing exercises, mindfulness, yoga, in addition to eating well and getting good sleep. Number six, I would say take your own advice. Sometimes if we imagine what we would say to a friend if they were in this situation, or to our own child, if you have a child in this situation, that can help to really soften the self-talk. It can soften the way we treat ourselves and also offer some new perspective. Number seven, remind yourself that you're not alone. The whole world is going through this right now. We really are all in this together right now. So think about the shared experience and how much we have in common as human beings, especially during this time, and that can give us a sense of belonging. Number eight, seek support from those that you trust. So it can be tempting to hole up, to withdraw during times of stress. And while having some alone time and some downtime is important, it's super important to also make sure that you're staying connected to the people who are important to you. So email, call, text, set up Zoom meetings with the people that you love, with your friends. Next would be to reflect on past successes. At some point, we are going to graduate from this situation, and we'll be wiser having gone through this. And so think back to other times when you've been experiencing stress and think about how you handled that, what worked for you. And if you aren't already doing those things, try to implement them again now, because they worked before, they'll probably work for you again. And last would be to seek help. Don't be afraid to reach out to friends, to family, to colleagues, and ask for support. And if you're feeling like you need more support, or you feel like you need a different type of support, don't be afraid to ask for professional help. So those are my 10 tricks, 10 pieces of advice for how to manage uncertainty. I hope that you found some that are helpful for you. Take care.